Good evening and welcome to On Camera. My name is Brunir Shackleton, and it's my pleasure having with us tonight two individuals who I know very well, and I am going to have them talk to you as well about their award that they got this year from MPAH for wonderful acting. We have Betty Lemit, who won the Best Actress award from the Motion Pictures Association of Haiti, and also Widmack and Betty, who won the Best Actor, actually Best DP, Director of Photography, for this year's 2014 MPAH for the movie Everybody Cheats. Widmack, welcome to On Camera.
Thank you, Brunir, for having me.
And Betty Lemit, welcome as well.
Thank you. Thank you. A pleasure to be here.
Let's start with Betty, since ladies first. Betty, I know you've been acting for a while. How did you get started?
Well, if we're talking about acting, I have to say that I started from the very early age of 10. I used to do theater back home in Haiti. And when I came to the United States, that kind of died out for a very long time. And I used to host a TV show here in Boston. I used to be a video jockey. And from there, I had the pleasure of interviewing Widmack actually on the show. He was promoting his movie then, which was Chercher la Vie, Struggles. And he offered me if I wanted to, he asked me if I wanted to be part of a project. He was translating the movie from English to Creole.
So for that movie, you were a voice actress.
Correct. And from there on, kind of took off, and I was introduced to other people, and this is pretty much how I got back into it.
Good. And I forgot to say congratulations on your winning Best Actress for the MPAH Movie Award this year.
Yes, thank you.
I have known Widmack for years, and I know that when Widmack was born, he weighed exactly 7 pounds, which is the same size of a Panasonic camera at that time.
Serious.
So, Widmack, how did you get started?
Well, I guess I will do just like Betty. I was, probably 8 years old. I used to be very much interested in going to the movie theaters and to watch martial arts film, action film. At that age,
you can imagine.
Oh yes. So basically, the Chinese movie had a great influence in my life, in terms of leading to the interest in being a martial art practitioner myself. And so from liking watching movies a lot, then I also developed the interest of making my own since I was, that young. And what I used to do is take a wooden frame and place a screen in front of it and place 2 nails on each side. And then with the
2 bobbins, that's what they call
bobbins,
them.
yeah, with thread,
yeah,
go around the 2
like
bobbins so that they interconnected. And then I used to draw a lot when I was young, so I would draw the characters, mimicking the fighters like in the Shaolin movies and stuff like that.
Wow.
And then I used to have people, my friends, young kids, they come, they pay like a penny. Because we used to have pennies at that time back home, and they will come to watch the
so
stuff.
So you had your own little movie theater at that time.
Yeah, and then I will take like a lamp and then place it behind the screen so the shadow will reflect on the screen. And then,
I'm sure a lot of boys can relate to that to that kind of activity.
So then it all started that way, and then when I'm originally from Semak, which is an hour from the capital of Haiti. So then I moved to Port-au-Prince, because when my mom was leaving, they wanted to know whether I wanted to go to Port-au-Prince or whether I wanted to...
When she was leaving to come to the United States?
To the United States. So I was still probably 10 or 11 years old. And so since I'm from Semak, and I know most of the people in Semak, so this is my hometown, I do whatever I want to. And so I decided to stay, and then I stayed with my brother over my father's house. And then, so later on, when I finished school in Semak, then I went to Port-au-Prince, did a year in Port-au-Prince. Then I went to school to Lycée Hibert. And then from there, I ended up playing in Papa Pierre. But before the Papa Pierre, I did demonstration on national
So I should say
television.
that Papa Pierre is a sitcom
It was a
that was
sitcom,
very
yeah.
popular in Port-au-Prince at that time throughout Haiti. So you had that must have been a huge role to be playing on national television in
Oh,
Haiti.
of course, because it's the same equivalent being in a national TV in United
Yeah.
States, except you in your country.
Mhm.
So, as a matter of fact,
And what were you doing in Papa Pierre, by the way?
doing martial arts.
I see.
Of course.
You know, and you know, my acting career started just prior before the TV. It started being on stage
Mm.
and then playing also, you know, Shaolin, you know, practitioner on stage at the Colombe Cinema in Saint Mark.
Mhm.
So from that young age, I always wanted to do things very differently from the other people. And so I will dress, you know, with fake, you know, wig to look like the Shaolin, you know, characters and stuff like that. So, and we didn't just have a karate demonstration on stage. We had like a play which included martial arts in it. Like I said, because I wanted to just do things differently. And then I played in Papa Pierre. So I left, you know, for United States. And
So basically, while you were playing in Papa Pierre and you were now getting popular, that's when your parents came and plucked you out of Port-au-Prince to bring you to Boston.
actually, my mother was very concerned about, because she realized the enthusiasm that I have developed in terms of playing in national
So you didn't want to
television.
come here.
So she was afraid that I didn't want to come to the United States, which
So they literally
which for a
kidnapped you.
minute I didn't want to come, even though at times I will miss my mom a lot.
Mhm.
Like there are times I want to come, but once I start playing on national TV, then United States wasn't in my mind to come. It's just like that was my time to shine, you know.
And I know, Betty, I know you were born here, so they shipped you to Haiti. That was you did the opposite.
That was the correct. Yeah, I
So
was
where were
born.
you born, in New York?
I was born in New York,
Okay.
but my parents took me back to Haiti when I was still a baby,
Uh-huh.
probably 10 months old.
Okay.
So I practically grew up in Haiti, and I
And
came
you were in
back.
Pistel, right?
Well, I lived in Port-au-Prince, and I used to only go to Pistel for vacation,
And
like
Pistel
summer
is
vacation. Pistel, you want to say it's a countryside, a small village.
What
in
area
the-
of Haiti is it? In the Place
It's in the south.
In the south, close to
like
Okai.
close to Grandas.
Oh, Grandas. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's
And
in
it's
the
a port
department
town,
of
right?
Grandas.
It's a port town. You
It
have
is.
the
It's a
ocean,
coast, so we have the ocean. Yeah, beautiful place.
Lot of
Anytime
good
you go to
fish.
Haiti, you should go and visit.
I
yes.
definitely want to go there.
A lot of fish, a lot of roots, yam,
Mm.
a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to go
So
there every summer
That's
vacation.
what explains your culinary
Skills.
skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
with El Culinary. By the way, Betty, I should say, is very much has a lot of skills in the kitchen, and we've had the pleasure of
Right.
cooking in the past. you
I
and
know, absolutely, yeah. Aside
So
from that,
you
that's
you
one
grew
of
up in
my
Pistel,
passion.
and so when you were in Pistel, were you doing some acting as well?
Well, you know the way it is. You are in which is very much common with a lot of families. You have people living in the countryside. You in the capital for during the school months, and you go for summer vacation. You go back home,
Yeah.
and all the youth is back home. So you try to find different activities to do. So my family, we pretty much were like. We were the ones in charge of
Of the entertainment for the neighborhood.
correct. And I had my older sisters they were doing plays, either singing, my brothers into sports, but at times myself I would feel a little bit left out if I couldn't take part in what the grown folks were doing. So I would do my own entertainment.
I see.
So on my porch I
So
used
did you
to
have
gather
imaginary
kids.
friends?
I did not. Actually, I had real friends. I would gather all the neighborhood kids, and they would come sit in front of my porch, and there I would do fashion shows. I would do all sort of things, dance, and from there I would do skits. I would sit there, and we would do like a prompto, skits. We'll go
Yeah.
along and just carry your conversations and make people laugh and just perform.
Wow.
So it used to come natural, Brunir.
So did they pluck you also back to New York or to Boston?
Well, yeah. Well, when I was 16, and of course things were changing in Haiti at the time. The insecurities and schools were closing out school year, they would stop having school. So that was really the time when they thought I'd probably be better off coming back here to the United
So
States.
your story is
And,
somewhat intersect in the sense that one of you was plucked from Port-au-Prince from Papa Pierre's casting, and the other one was sent back to Haiti to
Right.
do that. Your experience in Betty's are somewhat similar, except that it was done in reverse. One of you was taken from the United States back to Haiti, and the other one was taken back to Haiti. But you came here at around somewhat the same time frame in your teenage years.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
And I came when I was 16, and I immediately got back involved into the performing arts. I started dancing in school, and I continued to perform.
And you did not get involved immediately, or
Well,
took you some time?
when I came to Boston, I went to Roxbury Community College to study, and from there, my English teacher was in the video medium,
Okay.
and so she took me under her ranks, and that's how I joined BNN. That's when the station used to be.
That's
at
the Boston Neighborhood Network
Neighborhood
News,
Network, yes.
which is the cable access entity
Yes.
for Boston.
and it used to be at the South Boston at that time. And from there, I've learned,
The manipulation of the camera and
the
that thing,
camera, and that I started to get interest, not as an actor, and as behind the scene as well, in terms of being.
So
a
because
technician.
I'm sure at that time you were thinking, gee, if I can do those things, I could certainly make my own movies at some point.
Well, that became that was later. First, I was always wanted to be an actor, an action movie star. So I had an agency in New York called Actors Rep in Manhattan, and I participated in a bunch of movies like Ali with Will Smith, The Third Watch, the TV series. As
So you were
extra.
extras in those movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when I realized that my agency wasn't really giving me parts, to talk, I just told them one day I'm not mute, so I can talk. And
Yeah, your face just shows up and then.
exactly. So to answer to your question, and that's how later on I realized, okay, so I'm gonna make my own film, and that's how I started making my own film.
So Betty, your first real part in a movie, fully speaking role, was in Struggle, right?
Should I say? But because on Struggle, it was a voiceover. I was not
Yeah, I said
doing
speaking
the
part. I know.
speaking part.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Okay. Yes,
yeah.
that would be right.
Because you were
That
the
was in
main actress.
Struggle.
You were Julissa in Struggle.
Correct.
Which, by the way, people who are watching here should be able to see Struggle on Vimeo. We're going to be talking about that soon. Stay tight. But so
Yes,
that was your main part. In
that was
Struggle.
my main part. Yes.
And you were
And
the main actress.
I was the main actress, and believe it or not, even though I was not in front of a camera acting, just being in a studio doing the voiceover, you still had to act.
No, of course, it is
So
still
it
acting.
is,
It's a
you
voice
know,
actor.
it is,
Yeah, it's a
yes.
voice
You're
actor
just
as well.
acting
Yeah,
without
because
the camera.
without the camera,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you had to let out the emotions.
get in
You had to
character.
get into character. Correct.
Okay, so let's talk specifically now about your movie bio, if you will. So, how many movies were you involved with? Just list them and generally talk about the movies a little bit. So, besides Struggle, which is a movie that's written by Widmack, and also.
Then I did my appearance in Inedi, which was very small part, and that movie was directed by Gérard Nader, who I believe also kind of didn't he contribute with you? Did you guys work together in
Yeah,
Struggle? Something.
I
like
was
that?
already
Yeah.
in the middle of working in Struggle when
Yeah.
I met him through Smith Nazer.
Okay. Yeah.
So who introduced him to me, and Smith told me that he was very much interested in being behind the scene in terms of working in movies and stuff.
Right.
So I told him, okay, so come by, and then that's when he
I
came by.
bring up his name only just to still show the connection between Struggle or what led me to
Absolutely,
Inedi.
yeah.
And then Destiny. So it seems like I've been working with Widmack forever.
Yes, yes.
From Struggle, it got me to Inedi, and then my first lead role was in Destiny, a movie that Widmack was director of photography. It was written by Jean-Gard Bien-Aimé, and I collaborated as well in writing the script. And so I did more than just acting in that movie. I was a project manager as well. And it was a fun movie. And then I want to say it's 2012 that I acted both in Everybody Cheats and in Unconditional Love.
Okay, and Unconditional Love is the movie for which you won the best
I
actress.
won the best actress.
Okay.
Yes.
Widmack, I know you. I mean, I've been watching your movies since I had hair. From, from.
Just like me, huh? I'm losing mine.
Okay, so what's your quick bio here? Your first movie.
My first film was Ready Anytime. And yes.
I can picture Christopher Stein in that movie doing karate kicks.
In fact, yes.
Uh-huh.
Indeed, he was in that film.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, that was my first film, since you didn't ask anything else.
And you have a tough decision.
Then it was The Return of Dead Martial Artist.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And then Tough Decision.
Mm-hmm.
So I never put those movies out.
Well, these movies are going to be put when you become famous. Of course, we're going to make sure.
Yeah.
We play
Were they
those.
like short films?
No, they
No,
were. Some of them were.
They were 1 hour each.
1 hour
one of
each. They
them.
were quite
Yeah.
long.
Okay.
They were quite long.
The thing is, like, I was at the apprentice
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
They were a bit
So-
rough, but
That's when I was trying to.
Italy, they were a
you
bit
know,
rough.
Exactly. So, and that's why I
Rough,
never
diamond
considered
rough.
them.
Diamond, yeah.
Yeah.
So I started counting with struggle, you know, in
Okay.
terms of a little bit being professional and stuff.
yeah, but these were still interesting. They were, you know, we were
Yeah.
younger and engaging and stuff. I
But
remember.
at least what was interesting is to see the progressive steps.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's like you see Ready Anytime, and then when you see The Return of Dead Martial Artist, you see the improvement, and then when you see Tough Decision, you see another improvement.
Right, that's how
I
it
wasn't
is,
there
yeah.
yet.
You know, one of the
still,
things, Betty, that I was happy when I saw that Widmack had won the best DP, director of photography. For those who don't know, the director of photography is the person who basically put the vision of the director on film. In other words, if you write a movie as a director, you say, okay, this is what I want, but the director of photography is the person who actually translate that vision clearly for the audience to see. If a movie has a beautiful cinematography, if the movie has a beautiful picture, that's the job of the DP.
Right.
And with one of Widmack's one of his strong points is the fact that he can in fact put a movie in a way that when you're watching it, it's a beautiful movie.
True.
And I think Everybody Cheats is one of those movies that has a beautiful picture, very, very beautiful picture. So congratulations once again on that.
I
So,
concur.
so when you're looking at it, the movie looks beautiful in terms of its picture.
Right.
You know, there's good lighting because the movie is really about, you know, sound, lights, and camera, really.
I mean, I've told Widmack, I've had the pleasure to work with him in more than one occasions, and I just admire his passion for what he does, and he's such a perfectionist. If he doesn't get it the way he wants it, it's not gonna fly.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So let's talk about the movie specifically because we don't have much time left. So talk about the movie for which you won the Best Actress position.
Okay, the movie is called Unconditional Love. It was written by Anne Joseph.
She's also an actress.
She's also an actress. She
Okay.
played supporting. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress in the movie as well. It's pretty much a story that talks about love, unconditional love, the love of a mother for a child.
Okay, the true love.
And the true love, exactly, the true love. Not to give the story all out because I know it's
Absolutely
not
not.
about it. So my character was a two-part, two facets, I should say. Someone else played the younger version, and I played the older, the older person. And so I kind of went into a transition, and I had plastic surgery just so I could.
So for anybody watching, she didn't really have plastic
Correct,
surgery.
yes.
This is just in the movie.
So it just
So
in
your
the
beautiful
movie.
face is the way it is right now.
Right.
No Botox, nothing.
Correct. So it came out after my younger version had plastic surgery and
I
became
see.
a totally new person because she was just embarrassed of her past and just didn't want to have anything to do with her family and her past altogether.
Okay,
Wanted to
so
put everything
we'll
behind
stop it here. We
and
don't
start
wanna
a
give too
new
much.
life. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a movie about true love, family, and conflicts.
Correct.
Okay, and Everybody Cheats, for which you won the Best DP, Best Director of Photography with Back. Could you give us a general synopsis? I mean, of course, once one hears a movie of Everybody Cheats, it sort of elicits a certain curiosity. So what is the movie about? Just quickly.
Well, the movie is about life in general. It's about couples it's about relationship, and it's about the everyday experience, you know, in life.
So basically, it is a sort of a shot of different interaction that one has within the confine of a relationship.
Exactly.
Could that be it?
So it also brings awareness, and also it can solidify a relationship too, based on, you know, how in life when you see, you can learn from someone else's mistake, and then it prones you to avoid that mistake in your own life.
Okay.
So in other words, it has its positive effects, and it, you know, as much as it also shows the other side.
I understand that in Boston we have a plethora of artists, plethora of people who want to put our stories, because this is really, essentially that's what it is. Movie making is a way to put your story out. We are, all of us here, of Haitian origin, and you know, some of us were born here, others were raised here just like me, but we all have this hyphen of Haitian American, and our story needs to be told, and the medium of cinema is a medium that we've chosen to exploit, because you cannot underestimate the power of movies, of the screen. And you have a lot of Haitians that are doing that here, and I think it's a good thing. But the challenge in recent years has been the pirating of such actions. I know it's extremely difficult to do a movie, because I've been in movies before. I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
If you're filming something for like 10 minutes, it takes a whole century to do that. So what is the future of our trade, if you will, in the Haitian community? How do you perceive that we can overcome this chaos, really, of people taking the movies for granted, not paying for them? You put your investment and you just lose it out. I know Widmack had something in store.
I'll let her go first.
Well, I really think you're in a better position of answering, but I mean, it has indeed been a challenge, and it affects us actors as well.
And could you tell people who are not sensitized to this challenge, how does it affect actors and actresses?
Well, you have producers who
So the producers are the people that put their money down.
They put their money down. They
do the movie.
invest to do the movie, and once the product is finished, this is where they expect to get a revenue out of it. And of course, when that doesn't happen, what mostly happen, as you just mentioned, the pirating, you find people who take that product once it's out and they reproduce it, and then they'll sell it for, of course, less money than
what you
it
would
should
have,
be, you know, sold for on the
So basically,
on the
all
market.
the camera, all the work, all the venues, all the rentals that you
Correct.
get, basically that money is a total loss.
Correct.
So the question is, why would somebody spend their money to do that in the future?
Right, and how do actors get paid? That's how it affects us in
Yes,
a way.
yes.
So,
So
from an actor's standpoint, that's how it
that's
affects
all,
me.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Well, from a director's standpoint, a technician's standpoint, or even a writer's standpoint, I concur with a lot of things that Betty said. However, what I think is it's also our job, you know, just like we're doing now, to educate the general public, so that once they understand, you know, the consequences of piracy, and then they will probably understand by them buying movies, pirated movies, so that they will contribute to this kind of behavior, and then it has a domino effect on everybody else, starting from the actors to the writers to the producers to the directors to the scoring person, like you, for instance, who does scoring for film, or even any composers. So we need to learn how to treat this as a business, and also see all the advantage that you mentioned earlier in terms of preserving culture.
And it's extremely hard to tell somebody, for example, and I'm just playing the devil's advocate here, that okay, here is a copy of the movie, I'll give it to you for $5, when in fact you just want to see that movie, you pay your $5. So what I think we should tell people, beside all the wonderful things that you just say, is the fact that okay, if you like what this person is doing, when you pay that movie for $5, you're discouraging the person to make better movies. So just pay the $10 for the movie, so that next time you keep having better movies. Because once somebody can tell a great story, you want more stories from that person. But if you pay that $5 today, you get a sugar high, and you see the movie, and there's no more.
Then it's gonna lead to the fact that there won't be any more Haitian movies in the future, because if the people who invested cannot get the return, so they cannot produce better and more movies. And so if the people who would like, who enjoy going and walk on the red carpet at the award ceremonies and stuff like that, they need to understand, if there aren't movies being made, then there won't be a red carpet event. There won't be MPH. So it's a domino effect, again, like I said.
I know technology can also be your enemy, but also your friend, because it's a tool. Just like any tool or hammer, you could build a house, but you could knock somebody's head out with it also. So technology has caused, advance in technology has caused this problem, but technology also can remedy it. I know, for example, there's this entity called Vimeo,
Yes.
Which is basically, could you talk about Vimeo a little bit with Matt?
Okay. So the equivalent of Vimeo will be YouTube.
Okay.
Except that YouTube is more popular by the general public, but Vimeo is more on a professional level, which means that if you're watching something on Vimeo versus watching it on YouTube, you see the quality of the picture is very much different. So Vimeo is a professional outlet, and it's a platform from which that filmmakers can benefit now to showcase their films.
So let me understand this. So if I want to see, for example, something on, let's say I want to see a speech by President Martelly, for example. I go to YouTube and I put President Martelly and I see that movie, and I see that speech.
Yes.
Now, if I go to Vimeo, vimeo.com, Vimeo.com, right?
Yes.
If I go to Vimeo.com and I put Everybody Cheats or Widmack or Widmack Production, right?
Yes.
I could see a list of all your movies.
Exactly.
And
So
then,
when you first go, it's a little tricky, and that's what I put, instructions what to follow. So you will have to scroll down first when you go to the page.
no, I know, I'm talking in general, not
Okay.
specifically about your thing. So when I go to Vimeo, if I could be looking for whatever movie that I want, and then follow the directions to see that movie, and I have to
Exactly.
pay to see that movie.
Exactly. It's called video on demand.
So basically, it's almost like Netflix in a sense.
Exactly.
So then there is hope for the artist, it seems,
Yes.
with Vimeo.
Yes. Yes.
So if everybody put their movies on Vimeo, then you could see it from wherever.
Yeah.
And I understand that you have Everybody Cheats, this movie that I'm sure we're going to show a preview.
In a world surrounded by temptations, everybody is bound to cheat somehow.
I think I haven't seen you going all out to this extent in a long time. Say, whenever I'm ready to take you out.
Be aware of charmers and smooth
See
talkers.
that the blood of extreme beauty runs strong in this family.
The critics are raving that Everybody Cheats is the best movie of the year.
Whatever she wants, bartender. It's on me.
Oh no, I can take care of it, thank you.
The most unreasonable and regretful things can happen whenever men, women, drugs, and alcohol are mixed. In everybody's closet is a tired old skeleton dying to come out.
I thought I was the only one.
At times, we are forced to make hard decisions.
Well, why do women think every time men get together, that's all they do?
You know what? Wanna go? Then fucking go. But you're not ever coming back to this again.
Nowadays, women are like chickens with their heads cut off. They can't appreciate a good man.
Usually, nice guys finish last.
7 years of being faithful to you for this shit.
Sometimes, the very people you look up to can be the ones who deceive you.
He would have waited for me instead of cheating with another girl.
Francesca, he's a man.
Men are dogs, so they cheat more.
And so where is this girl you're talking about?
You have a girl when she is with you, and when she isn't, you don't have a girl.
Some people just like to gossip about others.
You think that she's having an affair.
And men who are just afraid to commit.
If I ask you right now to pick up your things and come with me, would you? Would you?
See that's the reason why I will not be committing to any woman anytime soon. If I was any one of y'all, except him, of course, I'd do the same thing.
Speak for yourself. I'm happy with my wife.
In the presence of love between men and women, racial barriers are usually wide open.
So now you have a white boy.
Yeah, I'm putting some milk in my coffee.
Be careful of the one who loves you, and be aware of best friends.
Who are you?
A friend. Oh, that's what you call it now.
The man who drives her around, the husband who pays her bills, the guy who pleasures her. Which one are you?
And on top of it, this guy doesn't even have a car. So you always have to be the one giving him a ride everywhere. What's up? Now come on, Shirley, come on!
Cheaters that have been caught, and all those who've yet to be.
Hey, Shirley. Where's your husband?
Now?
Do you guys think that everybody cheats?
I think everybody cheats.
Vimeo indeed is, I think, the way to go, because I would strongly encourage all artists. When I say artists, I'm talking about the visual artists, movies, DPs, directors, to put the movies on Vimeo, so that people could see it. And you pay. Everybody Cheats is going to be on Vimeo, and you have a particular date that you're putting it, right?
Yeah, it's a promotion, December 24th and December 25th, and these are the 2 dates only that is going to be.
You could say that anytime during the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can, from once it's like the 24th, all day to the 48 hours, the 25th.
So you have 48 hours to watch Everybody Cheats on Vimeo, and how much do they pay?
Just $5.
$5, and they just have to use their card and pay Vimeo and on PayPal or
if
whatever.
If you have PayPal or your debit card.
And you just go and watch it. So that way the artist will get his money, or her money for that matter. And I think that's something that people could maybe, if you are listening or watching us right now, I think you should put your movies on Vimeo. That way you could get your money's worth.
And from an actress perspective, that's a great exposure for the actors as well, because it's out of the realm of just the Haitian community.
Think about it. I mean,
and everyone have access to it.
What you're saying, in essence, you could be in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You go to Vimeo and watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then because I've often asked, I live in Pennsylvania, I live in France, I live in whatever, and I don't have access to the Haitian movies. So how can I see, Haitian movies? So now we bring it to you.
Yeah.
We just bring it to you.
You could see it on your device, you could see it on your iPad, you could see it on whatever. Yes. As long as you have your card or whatever, you pay Vimeo your $5, you can watch Everybody Cheats.
And guess what? It could be snowing, it could be raining. You don't have to physically get into your car and then drive to
the movie theater
to the store or anything.
You
can just...
Or you could have a movie party. Get a group of friends who haven't seen Haitian things for the longest time. Get a bottle of Brunirs Childhood Cremas or Mamzelle Cremas. Go over there, watch your video, make some grill or something, and then watch Everybody Cheats. And your other movies are going to be there as well.
Yes, Struggle is already on Vimeo, and it can be viewed. What's the other one? A Child's Dream. And they're all family-oriented films. That's the good thing about them.
Okay, great. So we have about 3 minutes left. So let's talk about the next project. I know you guys have other things that you're working on. Betty.
Well, I'm available and always willing to embark in any new project.
Okay.
I have a script that I'm thinking into going into production pretty soon. No dates yet, but sometimes in 2015 next year. It's completed. Just waiting to get all the final things together and the logistics in place, and hopefully by next year.
And if you're choosing me in that movie, I don't want to play a lawyer. I don't want to play a doctor.
I'll make a note of that.
He doesn't want to be typecast.
And I think I've been typecast too, and I'm hoping Widmack will get me out of that.
Every movie I'm playing a doctor or a lawyer.
No. I mean, if the people keep supporting the market, I have better roles for you in the future.
Right.
I will have better roles. As a matter of fact, talking about future project, Brunir and I, we're working on The Island Between Our Love, which is a story about the Dominican Republic and Haiti's history. So, and that is very interesting. You're going to be part of that film as well. And then the other project that we have that we working on right after this movie is the Gaspard Family, which is going to be a sitcom, and it's going to be
episodal. It's just going to be different episodes.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
right.
Yeah. So basically, to be able to present the Haitian experience,
Yes.
the Haitian American experience, and have it different episodes, and people could see those episodes on Vimeo as well.
Yes, they're
That's
all gonna
great.
be on
So
Vimeo.
there's hope
No more
for
DVDs. Yeah, and
So a lot of hope
so
for.
both of you gonna be part of that project.
Yeah.
So Brunir is gonna be writing with me on that. We're gonna basically have a team of writers for the episode. But the Island Between Our Love is the two of us that working on it, and we're almost finished. So.
Yeah, we're almost there with that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, guys, thank you very much for dropping by on camera, and it's a pleasure having been your host, your guest host tonight, and we will see you soon. Make sure the 24th to the 25th, you can in fact go to Vimeo.com and get your PayPal or your credit card for $5 only. You could watch those wonderful movies, especially Everybody Cheats. Okay? See you soon.